Hey, you over there, I did not know you till I knew you. And now I do. Feels like you're my friend, and we can do things that are fun. Ooh, like make up songs and sing along. Oh.
It's really been lovely at the new location. We have seen a lot of familiar faces here, which has been great. One of our favorite things is all of the friends that we have with our patrons are familiar faces, but we're seeing a lot of new people here, which is really cool. Having being in a totally different direction in a different neighborhood, you're getting to connect with a whole lot of new people, lots of new languages and stuff too, which is cool. This was a very good time for us to expand our Spanish language collections, and while my Spanish is not great, bienvenidos a la biblioteca, I'm getting a lot of practice, so that part is good.
It's going well. We have lots of sunlight. It's very nice. We're also getting a lot of neighbors, from this area, for which, the other library is a little bit far, but this one is closer to them, so we're happy to be able to connect and develop relationships on this side of town. Today we're celebrating Día de los Niños, Día de los Libros, Children's Day, Book Day, which is an initiative from the American Library Association to celebrate books and reading and families and children. And so today we have 2 musical performances from artists, local artists, as well as a program at 2 p.m. We're going to kick off our new program in Spanish called El Cuento. And then at 3 p.m. we're going to kick off our new outdoor program, which is going to meet at the Crossroads Farmers Market, but it's kicking off today at 3 p.m. at the library.
Carpe Diem Arts is an organization that's based out of here, Maryland. It's bringing arts to multi-generational spaces. We take arts to the elementary schools, the preschools. Community music making is something that we're very, very happy and proud of. There's a program called Jumpstart with the Arts, which I program direct, and it's essentially bringing multidisciplinary artists to the preschool ages 0 to 5, making sure they have theater access, music access, movement access, particularly in areas that maybe these arts don't necessarily get to. And also there's a program called Ukes on the Move that I run, which is also 3rd and 4th graders getting access to ukulele learning. So we go into schools. I'm about to wrap up a 6-week series at Weller Road Elementary, and we've been at Oakview nearby in Veers Mill, where hundreds of 3rd and 4th graders are playing ukulele now, making songs as well. So we do a lot of programs for seniors, for children, for everybody to come together, and they facilitated our performance here in this Dia de los Niños, bringing Munitanzi Love Bugs, which is my family band, and now Amori Luz is about to show up. Carpe Diem Arts is an organization that facilitates arts to come and bring it to life in all kinds of spaces.
My band started in 2017, and we focus on Latin American classics, and more so music from the 1940s, the 1950s. Again, those timeless Latin American classics. And we've also began to incorporate a whole family music component, specifically on Latin American family music. Today's event, we were generously invited by Carpe Diem to perform in the event, together with Munit and the Love Bugs. We are invited as Amor y Luz to perform in today's event.
So we have a lot going on. We always do a program called Summer Quest, which is sort of unique here. If you've ever been to a summer reading program at a different public library, a lot of the libraries in the U.S. use a CSLP program. And so they all sort of have a unified theme and artwork and everything. But because we have staff who can make artwork, we do a different program called Summer Quest, where our librarian, Dave Burbank, actually draws what's kind of like a game. And you pick a character, and you get to move the character around, and there's a whole story that goes with it, and it's kind of a choose-your-own-adventure kind of thing. So we have that going on, as well as all of our story times and a lot of special programs that we'll announce a little bit later once we get the actual dates nailed down. But there's going to be a lot going on and a lot of reasons to come visit the library this summer.
Last year we celebrated Dia. We did an outdoor theater play, and then this year we wanted to do something a little bit longer and a little bit bigger so that we welcome everyone in this neighborhood. We are at this temporary location for the time being while our library is being renovated, and so we wanted to do a kickoff neighborhood party of sorts for our new neighbors.
This is a family band. When one is locked down, there are some options, and completely losing a little bit of your sense of self and just being completely cabin fevered was an option, and we said, while we're here, let's start playing songs together. So first I was my daughters, Mizan and Ayana, and myself, and then I slowly roped in my son who plays the bass. So we play ukulele, bass, drum. My daughter started playing trumpet, and we call ourselves Munit, M-U-N-I-T, Munit, and Z, with the Z, Love Bugs. And we've been performing in schools and neighborhoods and libraries, bringing music from all around the world, original things and songs that we love that is fun for everybody to listen to and sing along with.
What's so special about this area, Montgomery County, is it's so incredibly diverse and cosmopolitan, so it was sweet to have children of all cultural backgrounds dancing and singing to our music in Spanish, regardless if the children spoke Spanish or not. There was a lot of emphatic dancing and shouting and singing.
My favorite part, what I think is kind of a beautiful part of it, is reaching different people. Ward 1 is pretty central and it's easy to get to for a lot of people, but as we expanded our outreach last year to like the Crossroads Farmers Market and stuff, we've just been meeting a lot of new people that don't necessarily spend a lot of time in Ward 1. So it's helped us to tailor our collections and our programs to meet needs that we didn't necessarily know we had in Ward 1. And we're really hoping that once we move back to the other location when the building is completed, that we'll be able to keep a lot of these connections that we've made and hope that we can continue to serve those communities the same way that we're serving them now, if not better.
You know, I think everyone seems very happy. We had some pop-up activities. We're giving out free teddy bears thanks to one of our partners. We have a prize wheel that people can spin around. We saw everyone dancing and having fun. So I think overall it's good.
Since we have two separate audience focuses of more of our classics for adults, we love a compilation that we have of the famous song called Despacito, and we do a mix of Despacito with another song called Calma, and the audience always responds beautifully to that. And for our children, we love Monstruo de la Laguna, which is a Colombian children's song.
It's always a good idea to bring communities together, and I know that this is a new neighborhood that this library has come into, so this is an excellent opportunity to bring people back into spaces where they've been away from for some time. So getting it done through music with mascots and people who are looking very lively in blue and with music and fun is always a wonderful thing. We had a blast singing to children, adults, babies, all kinds of ages. So for us, live music is our bread and butter and our joy. So being able to share that music with people, there's nothing like it. It gives us so much energy to build community through the arts. It's the easiest way to make friends, and singing together, dancing together, and just being foolish and happy. So I think that it's always good to do that and to make noise in a library. Who doesn't love making noise in a library? So that's what I would say about today.
I would like to thank all our partners that have helped us today, everyone that made possible this evening with all our musical performances, all the volunteers, the staff, and everyone that made the a possibility.
I would basically love to give thanks for the opportunity to play at this event. What a beautiful event to bring together the community and celebrating children and celebrating the magic of books.
Thanks for coming out. Dia de los Niños is a really fun program, and we have enjoyed partnering with other city departments and arts organizations to put things like this on. We'll have more events like this coming up in the future, and thanks for covering it and for being here with us.
I love doing this, refereeing kids or anything that got something to do with uplifting our young youth. So this was something real pleasant, and I respect that I had the opportunity to do this.
I've been reffing up here since Steve Francis started the Yes League back in 1990. I'm a vet. I miss this place. I love it here. I love the kids. I love to work with the kids. That's it. I ref Kevin Durant's last high school game. A lot of people that are playing in the NBA now, I ref back in the day. I just love the game. I just love it.
I remember the young lady because I remember when they actually asked her, but the young kid that came in that had the speed, he's pretty nice. They make some nice little three-pointer play. Matter of fact, there she goes, she's trying to sneak in now, but she stole herself in and stole the show. But on the up, everything was good, and it's a good opportunity.
The game was so much fun. I came here not expecting to play, but they needed some people. My husband was playing, and so I joined in, and I had a great time tonight.
The game was fun. It was cool. They set us like $20 to like come here and play. We wasn't really trying for real. You know, I had like 20 points, 20 rebounds, 10 blocks, you know, something slight.
I enjoyed the game a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and my teammates, I came with my friends we were playing, so, you know what I'm saying? I had a lot of points. I think I had 40 points, 40, close to 50, so it was good. Good fun.
We're going to get a good win. We're going to blow them out.
I'm expecting the old school to come out victorious against the new school.
Yeah, we didn't lose the new school, we're not going to lose the old school. We're going to keep it going, we're going to keep things going. So we'll show them a couple things.
That game kept your attention because you never know what you were going to see from the players. That's one of the things I really like.
It was amazing. It was fun to come out here for the youth, have fun with the youth, and it was even funner beating the youth. You know, we took the win. It was fun. As much as we wanted to have fun with them and go easy on them, we still like to win. Got to show them you can't win them all. Got to take a loss, got to go back and build for the next time.
How do you think we won the game? Just playing together, communicating with each other, you know, just encouraging each other.
Why did we lose? Basically, they were significantly bigger, and like, to be honest, like, we just wasn't really trying for it, but we could have won, but we had to let the little people play, you know what I'm saying? It was fun. I got to play with my friends, you know, play some younger people. It was cool. We lost because our core players, we kept getting subbed out the game. They kept putting those little guys in. They weren't really contributing to the team at all, so yeah.
So they have bigger players. They had adults. They're significantly bigger than us. There's nothing we could really do about that.
I think the older school won just because of IQ, and that's basketball. IQ. I'm a basketball player, so I know it's IQ is what it is. If they'd have just slowed them down, they would have probably beat them. But they was playing so many. They only had 5. When you got 5 or 6 and another team got 10, sometimes it gets like that. But they did a good job.
Experience for one thing, but the blue team played well. Even the little guys, they played well, but they were overwhelmed. That's it. But I probably catch the little guys when they up here and do the same thing all over again. I love it.
Definitely experience, size. Sooner or later, their size is going to transform, and they're going to be bigger than us, and they'll be able to get back at us, I'm sure.
It's about process, and it's something that I've spent the better part of 12 years kind of developing. And this is all from noticing things that kind of happen in a typical manner when you're doing a different task. And then I've investigated it enough to learn how to manipulate it on my own. And that has led me to trying to figure out how to do replications of paintings, like produce the same paintings multiple times, because I do use thousands upon thousands of dots, or make them. And so it's not exactly pointillism, but I can replicate that process And by using, for example, stencils, if I want to add in particular imagery, I can do that. And then, I can basically replicate. I could make 10 of the same thing, but they're all going to be completely different because the dots don't land in the same place. They're all kind of random. Most people refer to paint skins when you're pouring acrylic paint and letting it dry, and then you can kind of peel it off and you've got this layer of paint. The only difference is I build up my paint skins by constantly coating over the top of the one over the next one, and by default there's also some dots involved because the dots, when I use my process, they kind of like to go everywhere. It's almost like Jackson Pollock when he was doing his drip paintings. He would control the paint by dipping his sticks or whatever into the can and whipping it around. And he actually said he denied the accident. So I'm sort of doing the same thing. My inspiration is really just, in this case, trying to make order out of a little bit of chaos.
Yeah, I am showing 4 pieces, the last series I am working on. Most of the materials are materials I collected in local construction sites. I am usually looking for the materials that have been manipulated. My main goal is kind of highlight the energy that has been used in order to build a structure or demolish a structure. While doing this process, I noticed that most of the people working in the construction sites are Latin people. So in some way, the compositions or the titles are related with some narratives that refers to the cultures from these people comes from. I am dealing with pieces that have been cutting and assembled. So there are a lot of cuts that are finally like patterns, but geometric patterns. There are some pieces that I am working just with sandpaper. So I am collecting the sandpaper and kind of in a collage, paper collage, basically, this paper. Some others I need to build the pieces or connect the pieces with glue or sometimes different kinds of screws or nails, depending.
What I have on display is a bunch of paintings that I did recently. Some I did recently, some I did probably about 3 or 4 years ago. They're all pretty much in the same vein. They're all inspired by street art. Sometimes I incorporate collage, sometimes my paintings are collage-like. I like to incorporate a lot of color, a lot of complexity in my work. I'm inspired by a lot of street art. As I said earlier, mentioned most of my work is inspired by street art. Especially street art that I see around the city. I currently live in Washington, D.C., and there will be a lot of construction sites, and I will see lots of just weird, funky art plastered on the construction site plywood. And I'll just kind of get inspired by that, maybe grab some of that and then put it in my paintings. I sometimes use collage, literal collage. I will take origami paper, decorative paper, and I'll just cut it up and paste it onto the canvas. Other times I will some of the paintings are inspired by actual collages. So they're not actual collages, but they're just inspired by collages, digital collages that I did. I did quick sketches. A lot of times I use the same size, so some of these have the same size, 3 feet by 4 feet. I think sometimes the size is determined by the initial collage, the sketch that the design. Other times it's not. I just pick a size that I'm comfortable with.
I start with colors. I decide what colors I'm going to use, and then I sketch around, playing around what colors to put where. I use a lot of the same tones, but not any of them are particularly favorite. I use a lot of texture in the background. If you looked at some of my pieces, I have ridges and valleys, and a lot of it is tissue paper. It's crumbled up and then spread on the canvas. You play with it. It never ends up like you think it's going to, and as you develop and expand on some of the aspects of the piece, you have to kind of say, okay, wait a minute, let's back off. Let's back off and have a look and see if we want to do any more to it. And sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. A lot of people think you shouldn't name abstract paintings because the purpose of abstract is for people to interpret what they see themselves. So if you name it, it takes away from that. But the only alternative to if you don't name them is abstract number 1, abstract number 2, and that's kind of boring. So I do name mine. And the way I do it is I finish them, I kind of prop them up on the sofa, and then I go mix a martini and sit there and meditate till the proper name comes to me. I have some pieces that are really more attuned to the Southwest with the coloring. I started painting using those colors from the very beginning. I branched out some. There's a piece down the couple pieces down the corridor that are a little different, but generally I like to keep with the warm tones.
Yeah, I really like the idea of highlighting the energy that these people is investing in these buildings. The importance of the Latin people working in the American society, like how important is that these people is building, like the society as well.
These are great. I mean, it gets my work out there. More people get to see it, and I like to talk to people who see it and enjoy it, and that's sort of why I do art. It's not all just about trying to make a sale here or there, but I really do enjoy the fact of being able to talk to viewers.
I mean, I think it's the main goal of art. Like the art, for me, completes the circle when it is shown and starts a dialogue.
I think it's great. I like to get my work out there. I like to see what people think about it. I like to see them react.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. It's the only way to get exposure, which is what you need.